Once the writing process is completed, we'll proceed for development process. Before starting with development process, you should make sure that the humidity of lab should be less than 60% and the temperature of lab should be between 18 to 22 degrees Celsius. In the first petri dish, you have to fill AZ 2026, which will be the developer for this process. You should make sure that you should fill 3/4 of the petri dish with the developer. Then rest 2 petri dishes should be filled with DI water. DI water will act as a stopper for development process. So now we will start with our development process. Before putting the mask plate inside the developer, you should make sure that the front face of your mask, that is the resist coated part, should be facing upwards. Follow your optimized recipe. So we'll place it inside the developer for 20 seconds for first run, and then we'll put it inside the DI water for 1 minute each. So let's start the development process. As soon as you dip the mask plate inside the developer, you have to start the timer and you have to start moving it from all the edges. We'll continue this process for 20 seconds. Now you can take that out and you have to immediately dip it inside the DI water and repeat the process. You can see that now patterns are visible on top of the mask. During development process, whatever region was written by laser writer, resist from those region will be removed. Then you have to dry the mask using a nitrogen gun. After development, we'll inspect the mask in laser writer tool. We'll check that the edges are sharp or not. If there is roughness on the corners, we'll have to repeat the process. We'll have to develop for few more seconds. Please make a note that this development should be done in steps of 5 seconds. After development, photoresist will be removed from the exposed part and the next layer is iron oxide layer. Etching is used to remove the iron oxide layer to make the exposed region transparent. For etching process, iron oxide etchant is used. So before using the iron oxide etchant, you have to shake the bottle carefully. Then you have to pour the etchant in the petri dish. You have to fill 3/4 of the petri dish with iron oxide. In second petri dish, you have to take DI water. DI water will act as a stopper for etching process. Now let's start with the etching process. Before starting with the etching process, you should make sure that the front face of your mask plate should be facing upwards. So you can place your mask plate inside the solution and You have to move it gently from all the four edges of the mask plate. This process should be continued for 3 minutes. So after 3 minutes, you have to immediately take it out of the etchant solution, and then you can immediately place it inside the DI water. And you have to move it inside the DI water. Just make sure that you are moving it from all the four edges. As you can observe that the iron oxide part from the written portion is removed, and now it is appearing transparent. Then you can take it out and you have to dry the mask plate using a nitrogen gun. You can see that the iron oxide from the exposed region is now removed and the mask is appearing transparent. After removing the iron oxide from exposed region, we will move on to our last step in mask writing process, that is resist stripping. So let's start. Stripping process will remove resist from the unexposed region of the mask plate. For that, we'll take acetone in one petri dish and IPA in second petri dish. Then we'll rinse the mask plate in acetone for around 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you can take out the mask and then you have to immediately put it inside the IPA for removing the residual resist. You have to keep it inside the IPA for around 1 to 2 minutes. After 1 minute, you can take out the mask plate and then you can dry it with nitrogen. So now our mask is ready for lithography process.